Hello my fellow G-fans, happy holidays and a happy new year to you all. In the spirit of the season, I decided to take a look at a movie I've been meaning to watch for a long time, 2015's Krampus. Now at this point you may be saying, hey, wait a minute, Krampus isn't a Godzilla movie. It isn't even a giant monster movie. And you are right. So why am I reviewing this movie? Well, as I'm sure many of you know, Krampus is directed by Michael Dougherty. You know, the guy who's helming a little movie being released next year. You might have heard of it. It's called Godzilla King of the Monsters. Ever since he was announced as the director, I've been meaning to watch his films, just to get a sense of his filmmaking style and, to be honest, to confirm whether our favorite monster was in good hands. I have already seen his first major film, Trick or Treat, which is justifiably now considered the greatest Halloween movie ever made. Seriously, it's a really great horror movie that captures the spirit of the holiday better than almost any other, and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. So after Trick or Treat, Dougherty naturally set his sights on the second scariest holiday, Christmas. Yes, the most wonderful time of the year, where families are forced to tolerate each other's presence and are convinced to spend way too much money on things they don't need. I've been meaning to watch Krampus for a long time now, not just because of the director, but because this kind of movie is right up my alley, and with King of the Monsters only 5 short months away, I figured it was the perfect time to finally give this a watch. And now, after having done so, I have to say that my trust in Michael Dougherty's ability to do Godzilla justice is all the stronger, because this movie is great. It's not perfect, but as far as Christmas-themed horror movies go, it delivers. It's a wonderful blend of dark comedy and horror, similar in style to Gremlins or the more extreme Evil Dead. Krampus is centered around the dysfunctional Engel family, as they are forced to spend Christmas together despite not really liking each other all that much. Max, the only one who still believes in Santa, sees how miserable his family is and loses his Christmas spirit, which summons a monster blizzard, along with Krampus, a demon who takes away the families of those who lose their faith in the holiday. With the help of his army of elves and monstrous possessed toys, Krampus begins picking each of the family members off one by one, forcing Max to realize how blessed he truly was. The most impressive aspect of Krampus is the overall production value. Michael Dougherty shows off his talent for filmmaking here, able to make 15 million look like 100 million. Much like a certain well-known Godzilla film, this is a restrained movie that likes to build and release tension, teasing out the appearance of Krampus and the other creatures until it explodes in the final act. You may find yourself wondering when things will pick up, but when they do, it devolves into utter chaos. And if you love monsters, and if you're watching this, then I can only assume you do, you'll be right at home here, because there are some really creative and fun creatures in this film that are sure to give little kids nightmares. Aside from a few mediocre computer effects, most of them are brought to life with practical effects, and the restrained approach means that every shot of a monster looks great. This is enhanced by the pitch-perfect sound design. From the constantly howling winds to the pitter-patter of feet skittering across the roof, sound is expertly used here to generate suspense through what can't be seen.
Probably just squirrels.
In this weather.
Krampus is also that rare kind of movie that feels rated R despite its actually being PG-13. It is shockingly brutal in certain scenes, especially because much of it is happening to children. This is a testament to the power of atmosphere and restraint in conveying horror, because in actuality, there is almost no blood or gore in the film. It's all about what you don't see, what is implied to be happening. In fact, you don't even get to see what Krampus actually looks like. Instead, his face is hidden behind a ghoulish mask of human flesh, making him all the more intimidating. Where Krampus falters the most is the writing. The characters are all decent and elevated by great actors, but you don't really care about any of them. The film also seems confused as to who the main protagonist is. While Max appears to fit this role at first, once the horror starts, he isn't given anything to do. There just isn't a central character whose point of view you can latch onto, depriving Krampus of any real emotional or dramatic weight.
Honey, I just got my ass kicked
buy a bunch of Christmas cookies, so trust me when I say I can take it.
This is a shame because the rest of the movie is just so good. Aside from the rather weak characters, this is a finely crafted old school monster movie with a winking eye towards the audience. While not quite as good as Trick or Treat, like that film it demonstrates both Michael Dougherty's love for creature features and his skills as a director, which bodes well for the upcoming Godzilla King of the Monsters. If he manages to infuse that film with the same kind of passion on display here, I think the film will be a great entry in the franchise. Hey guys, I wanted to end things by giving a big thank you to every person who has subscribed to this channel, watched my videos, and left a comment. This channel is young, and over these last couple months, I have seen it grow and receive so many wonderful compliments. Your interest and enthusiasm is what inspires me to keep making videos, so I wanted to just say thank you. I appreciate you all and wish you all the best going into the new year. I hear there's a lot to look forward to. Take care, and once again, happy holidays and long live the king.